Hi, this is Jim Renshaw with Land Title Guarantee Company, and I'm going to step you through how to quickly find out if your seller qualifies for a reissue rate through our system. The easiest way to find this out is by going to Land Title's website, ltgc.com, and clicking right here on Rate Quotes. So when you click on Rate Quotes here, we're going to select this first item, which is the Residential Rate Quote Calculator. When we get into the rate quote calculator, that's hard to say, but anyhow, it tells you right off the bat that if you're logged into the system, into our TMX system, it will save that quote for you for future reference. I'm just going to step through this and have it emailed to myself. When you're filling out some of these fields, the your reference information here is just a way for you to reference this rate quote. I typically use maybe like seller last name. We need to know the property address and the county. Leave it checked here for purchase. You can also do a refinance rate quote if you're interested in that. Accept the terms and conditions and go to continue. On this next page, we'll need a couple of additional pieces of information, such as purchase price right up here, and we'll also need the coverage, whether you delete standard exceptions or not. I would always leave this on delete standard exceptions on a typical residential transaction. I'd say 95% of the time we do owner's extended coverage, deletion of standard exceptions, so leave that on delete standard exceptions, and unless you specifically know that that coverage is not going to be requested. But then the main question for the reissue, which is a discount for the seller, is whether they've purchased or refinanced in the last 5 years. A lot of the times it might be easy for you to determine if they've purchased in the last 5 years but not refinanced. So what we'll do with this rate quote is I'm going to show you a way. We'll put not purchased or refinanced in the last 5 years, but we're going to select an option where Land Title will search that property out and determine whether they've refinanced or purchased in the last 5 years, and thus getting a discount on their owner's title policy. We can fill in loan information if we want. If we don't have it, that's no problem. This is just going to calculate the cost for the buyer, and then select Calculate. What we'll see next is the actual rate quote. So it gives us a reference ID, property information, and then as we scroll down, it'll give us the premium and fees. So right here we see that the owner's policy premium is $16.42, which is based upon the seller receiving no refinance, no reissue rate. But the point of this is to show you down here, confirm your rate quote. So what you're requesting here by confirming your rate quote is you're saying to Land Title, check for me and see if my client has purchased or refinanced in the last 5 years and whether they get a discount off of this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to say, please check for reissue rate, and hit confirm rate. It's as easy as that. Successfully sent your quote confirmation request, which means you'll receive an email back from Land Title saying this is going to be your exact rate. You'll be able to determine whether they received a reissue rate or not, and you'll be able to give an accurate quote to your sellers on their title insurance and closing fees. If you have any questions, always give me a call, Jim Renshaw, 303-906-1915. Thanks a lot.